the YouTube video under the slide. I only look at the slide.
You didn't
Right, you see
notice.
that?
You didn't notice. You
Yeah,
only
I
noticed
didn't
the
notice.
slide.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
I didn't notice
I
the
put
video.
together in the one part here.
Yeah, you were fine. Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why I put it as a YouTube video because it easily to access. Easy
Hmm.
for you to access if I put it at the apa nama dia the video format file. So I need to give you permissions and then some of you cannot see it, cannot watch it. So I just throw it at YouTube. Okay.
Hmm.
But please do not bother with other videos lah. I think my daughter have used it for her video also. So just
Oh,
watch anything related to this course only.
okay, doctor.
Okay. So for today, okay, let's proceed. Okay, I have recorded. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so far we have discussed on the historical part of Takaful. What is Takaful? Why it is a difference with the conventional insurance practices, and also why Takaful exists. Takaful exists because of risk. Okay, I need to wait yeah. Anas. Okay, Anas just join us. Okay. Okay, now let's proceed with the Takaful because we also have discussed Takaful contract, isn't it? Oh, not yet. I think done. We have discussed on the Takaful contracts also last week. So this week we will discuss on the parties, okay, that involved in Takaful. Who are the parties that involved in Takaful? Okay. Basically, there are four parties that involved in Takaful. So the first one is Takaful operator, second one is participant, and third one the beneficiary who have right to receive the Takaful benefit. Okay, and then finally is nominee, which is a trustee to receive the benefit of the Takaful in case of the beneficiary are underage. Okay. Okay, the first one is Takaful operator. Who is Takaful operator? Takaful operator is the one who collects the contributions and manage it on behalf of the participant in order to provide financial security to the members in the events of unexpected perils or risk happens or pure risk happen. Okay, so they are the collector, the contributor lah, okay, and manager on behalf of the participant. So their responsibility is to act on behalf of the participant. That is why later on we will discuss what are the types of contracts. Oh, we have discussed. I think we have discussed the type of contract in Takaful, which is among it is a wakalah contract. Okay, wakalah contract that is applied in Takaful. So in this context, Takaful operator become wakil or agents on behalf of the participants to collect and distribute the Takaful benefit. Okay. Okay. So as for the requirements for carrying on the business of Takaful operator, so IFSA 2013, which is the apa nama dia? IFSA lah, Islamic Financial Services Act, the act that govern the practice of the Takaful business in Malaysia, have defined what is a Takaful business. Okay, so Takaful business means the business relating to the administration, management and operations of a Takaful fund. Yeah? For its Takaful participants, which may involve elements of investment and savings and includes re-Takaful business, and a reference to carrying on Takaful business may include all or any of the activities set out in paragraph 5 bracket 4A. Okay. Maybe later on we look at IFSA 2013. What is the paragraph ni lah 5 bracket 4. So, IFSA define takaful business relating to the administer, okay, management and operations of a takaful fund. It is not a business of giving protections to participant. No, no such of giving protections or secure protections to the participants or to the customer. No, because in takaful, who actually give protection to the participant, which is among them, the participant among them give protections or indemnify of any loss that happens to any of the members. Okay, so takaful business is run by takaful operator. When they run takaful business, they become administrator, they become a manager, then they become operator. That is why we call takaful operator, not a takaful company. Okay. So takaful company, takaful operator is different with insurance company. Insurance we call company because they selling the protections. So the company will give protections to the clients, to the policy holder. So in the case of takaful, the operator do not give any protections to the participant, but they themselves or among them give a protection. So the takaful operator just act as operator and manage the takaful fund for its takaful participants, which may involve elements of investment. They have right to invest the takaful fund and provide a saving options to the participant and includes takaful business. They also have right or should involved with takaful business. Takaful business is a business that give the second layer of takaful, and then there are a takaful operator that actually give protections to the takaful business itself lah, protections to the takaful fund. Okay. And then a reference to carrying on takaful business may include all or any of the activities set out in paragraph 4. So later on we will see what is the things included in this paragraph. Okay. Okay, and then the conditions for takaful operator. An individual can be a takaful operator. Okay, these are all the conditions that stipulated at the IFSA, in IFSA 2013. So, an individual or a company or a society wishing to operate insurance activities must have contractual capacity. Insurance activities here doesn't mean conventional insurance only, but it doesn't mean conventional insurance. Insurance activity here is a takaful lah. Because takaful is Islamic insurance. So basically, the operations is insurance operations. They manage the risk fund. Okay, must have contractual capacity provided in the general principles of commercial contracts. They also need to be bounded by the commercial contracts. And then company law lah. So an individual or a company, an individual or a company or a society which intends to operate insurance practice as an operator must get registered before the commencement of the operations. They must apply for the license from Bank Negara. An operator must be able to show that at all time he is able to maintain a surplus of asset over liabilities of not less than the amount as may be prescribed from time to time, which may depend on economic conditions. This one is depends on the central banks of Malaysia. Okay, what are the I think what are the capital requirements, okay, to the takaful operator to sustain their business. Okay, and then an insurer has to make a deposit before obtaining license for his operations. The deposit is a requirement which is kept for security against an unexpected bankruptcy which might be suffered by the insurer. This one I don't know why it is called insurer takaful operator here. It's apa nama dia? It's referred as insurer. Okay, because sometimes the acts also reflected by the I think by the markets. Okay, even though in the in the technicality, no, even though the Takaful operator here in the Takaful contract is not insurer because the participants are the insurer, but the X, okay, referring the insurer here is Takaful operator, that not synchronized, uh, has to make a deposit before obtaining license for his operations. They have to put a portions of capital as a deposit to Bank Negara as a reserve. Okay, the deposit is a requirement which is kept for security against unexpected bankruptcy. It is a reserve at Bank Negara. In case of anything happens to the operator, this reserve or deposit will be used to help them lah. Okay. Okay, so duty of Takaful operator based on IFSA 2013, the pre-contractual duty, receiving proposals to participate in Takaful arrangement, negotiating on proposal to participate in Takaful arrangement on behalf of Takaful operator, okay, and then issuing of Takaful certificates, collections or receipts of Takaful contributions on Takaful certificates, and settlement or recovery of Takaful claims. Okay, so basically, when the participant approach the Takaful operator to seek for any protections, it is deemed as the participants give propose to be protected, okay, or propose to involve with the Takaful schemes. Okay, let's say they say that I want to have investment link Takaful or education link Takaful, and I want to protect, I want to have a savings, I want to protect, have a death coverage and certain coverage. It is said that they are proposing to have a protections or to join the Takaful schemes to the Takaful operator. Okay, so and then in a practice to ease the participants, the proposal is already a very general proposals, or we call flyers, is already structured by Takaful operator, and then they give these flyers of these types of list of protections to the participant, and when the participant agree, and then they will follow whatever that is prepared by Takaful operator. Okay, but in um, basically in a theory or in a technicality, the participant propose to Takaful operator, not the Takaful operator propose to protect any risk of the participant. Okay, and then negotiating on proposal to participate in Takaful arrangement on behalf of the operator. This one referring to the agents or the salespersons of Takaful operator. They will discuss with the participant. Sometimes certain schemes can be negotiated. Like say, I do not want to have these protections. Then the agent say, okay, yes. Then I will reduce. If you do not want these types of protections, then your monthly contributions will be reduced. Okay, it is basically tailor-made. But because in practice to ease all the process, everything is prepared first and then present to the customer or to the future participant, and they agree, just proceeds. Okay, and then after that, issue of Takaful certificate. So after the contract is done, the participant agree, Takaful operator agree to become agent for the list of protections, and then they are responsible to issue the certificate, the Takaful certificate. And then to collect or receive of Takaful contributions, to collect the contributions. Then nowadays we have maybe salary deductions or credit instructions to the banks to deduct any amount of contribution monthly, and then they can previously they collect it just cash. Agent collect contribution cash from the customer, but it's very risky. Nowadays we do not have that apa nama that practice anymore. So the collection is done either through bank transfer or deduction, salary deductions, or in sending instructions to the bank. Okay. And then settlement or recovery of Takaful claims on Takaful certificate. So after that, if anything happens to the participant, so responsibility of the operator to pay the claim. Okay. All of this actually step by step is stated in IFSA 2013. Okay. And these are the other duties, duty of Takaful operator, and then to manage the Takaful fund. Section 90. Section 90 of the IFSA stated that Takaful operator need to manage the Takaful fund and shareholder fund separately. Okay, because the owner of the fund is not the same. Okay, so let's say the company, for sure the company have shareholders to operate the company at starting. Okay, and then after that they run the Takaful business, then they will receive a Takaful fund or contribution itself from the participant. Okay, so the contribution that they receive and also the shareholder funds or the capital that they receive from shareholder need to be separated, cannot be mixed up. Okay, because the Takaful fund is belong to the participant, and then the shareholder fund is belong to the shareholders. So section 90 of IFSA stated that the Takaful operator shall keep any Takaful fund maintained under separate accounts from the shareholder fund. Okay, if they mix it, they actually have opposed the act lah. So, and then a Takaful fund established under Section 90 shall be maintained and managed by a licensed Takaful operator on behalf of and in the best interest of the Takaful participant. Okay, and the licensed Takaful operator. And then the operator shall pay into a Takaful fund all received in respect of Takaful certificate. Maksudnya all the contribution that they receive, they shall put it under Takaful fund, to which Takaful fund relates and which are issued. Takaful fund relate meaning that there may be separate funds for separate Takaful product or Takaful schemes. Let's say they have a Takaful motor Takaful, and they have uh, what else? The education Takaful. So this also should be separated. Okay. For general Takaful difference, for family Takaful difference, they have a list of product under general Takaful and list of product under family Takaful. If they offer these two type of business, family and general, they should also keep it separately. Huh? So all the investment, all the income need to be separated. Yeah? And then they should also maintain at all times asset in a Takaful funds of a value equivalent to or higher than the liabilities of that Takaful fund. Okay. So asset and liabilities should be maintained. Okay, asset show at all times higher than the liabilities. So under Takaful fund, the asset is the fund itself, the cash that they receive, and then investment profit, because they usually invest the funds, and then in other asset lah, and the liabilities of that fund is actually claim paid to the participant that incur loss, and also other expenses, management expenses, and also retakaful fee that they should pay to the retakaful operator to secure that fund. Okay, that are among the liabilities of Takaful fund. Now the Takaful fund becomes a separate entity, just one entity. So that managed by Takaful operator. And then Takaful operator should also apply the assets of a Takaful fund only to meet the liabilities. They can only use the Takaful fund to pay all the liabilities like claims and other related expenses and expenses properly incurred by the Takaful fund. Okay, they cannot use the funds to pay any non-related expenses or non-related liabilities that incurred by the company, like to pay the salary. Okay, the salary of the staff is actually is paid by Takaful operator using a wakalah fee, because there is a wakalah fee paid to Takaful operator. Okay, and then sections 95 of IFSA stated that where the value of the assets of the Takaful fund is less than the value specified under paragraph 92, okay, bracket 1B, the licensed Takaful operator should provide card or other forms of financial support to the Takaful fund from the shareholders fund for an amount and on such terms and conditions. Okay, in case, in case the Takaful fund having shortage or deficit, whereby they unable to pay all the liabilities, all the claim happens that year. Okay, so in this case, Takaful operator responsible to use the shareholder funds, okay, to top up the deficits of Takaful fund. Okay, under contract of card or Cardul Hasan, meaning that the benevolent loan without interest, loan without interest, to top up the deficits happen to the Takaful fund. Okay, section 95. Okay, concern about that matter. Okay, so that's all, just a brief about the roles and responsibility of Takaful operator. Okay, under IFSA 2013. So insyaAllah later on we discuss IFSA itself one day. And then the second party in the Takaful contract is Takaful participant. Okay, because who are the main player in Takaful contract? Basically the participant lah. No participant, no Takaful operator. Okay, if there is no participant approach the operator cannot run the Takaful business. They need to have a participant. So who is the participant? The participant basically pays a regular contribution to the Takaful funds for the purpose of future security of the subject matter, which is the risk itself. The participants subsequently become the insured against a defined risk, who are the one that being protected. Okay, so theoretically, everybody, regardless of age, class, religion, sex, or any forms of identifications, may have a natural right to buy a policy for the material security of property, life, or business ventures, which are at expected risk. Theoretically, but in practice, the right of mutual corporations may not be rendered to some people in society because of some reasons which do not permit them to exercise the equal right of mutual cooperation, because this contract is based on mutual cooperation, mutual responsibility. Maybe certain parties do not have that capability or ability to mutually indemnify or to do a cooperation, mutual cooperations to the other parties. Okay, so that is why certain people do not allowed to enter into Takaful contract. Okay, in Islamic contract we call capacity ahliyah. Okay, we have a full capacity and we have half capacity or incapacity. Okay, so the legal capacity of the Takaful participant can be refer to certain factor lah. The first one is age. Okay, age of the party, medical fitness, legally qualified, then free, an authorized person. We go one by one. So in terms of age, participant can participate into a takaful contract as early as 2 weeks, but only with his parents or guardians' consent. 2 weeks. He has a full capacity to takaful contract upon reaching the age of 16. So babies, that newborn baby, they can becomes a participant, but only because they are deficient, they are underage, only with his parents or guardians' consents. That is why now, after the newborn can receive a protections. Okay, there is protections, can receive protections lah, as early as 2 weeks. Okay, but not a full capacity lah, deficient capacity. And then medical fitness, a person who are suffering from serious illness or is of unsound of mind, if a doctor certified such a patient is unable to manage his own affairs or is dependent on others to survive, such person may be regarded as unfit to be a participant to an insurance policy or takaful lah. Okay, so medical fitness is very important. If we are already diagnosed with certain illnesses, it's basically automatically deny our right to participate to any takaful contract, takaful scheme. Is already diagnosed with certain illnesses that is serious illnesses, so we cannot enter into any scheme anymore. Okay. Okay, so only fit persons is allowed to participate. Why? Because of fairness. If we already unfit, basically we are already under as a risky person. So when maybe after 1 month, then we die. So it is unfair to other participant that fit and have subscribed or joined the schemes after a few years. Now then we only 1 month, then we die because we are we are critically illness. Okay. So but in case of when at the times we subscribe to the takaful scheme, at that time we are fit, we are healthy per persons, no any illnesses, so that's okay. But if we already diagnosed, then it is unfair to other participant. Okay, because the claim paid to us later on is using their contribution. Yeah? Okay, and then okay, that point is actually may be referred to apa nama dia, unexpected risk. Okay, only unexpected risk or pure risk can be protected. Okay, if we already diagnosed with certain illnesses, it becomes a expected risk, not unexpected risk lah, speculative risk already, and not a pure risk. Okay, what is pure risk? Pure risk is the risk that we never expect it to happen. We do not know about it. Okay, whether it will occur or not in future. Okay, whereby speculative risk, we can speculate the risk will happen. If we already diagnosed with certain illnesses and the doctor already expected that we can only survive for 3 months or 1 month only, it's already become a speculative risk that can be speculated. Okay. Okay, legally qualify a person whose debt exceed the value of his own property that may be declared as bankruptcy. Okay, they do not have, okay, once his creditor demands the right of credit from him, so they basically, the bankruptcy people is cannot participate into takaful lah, because they do not have the capability to pay the contributions later on. It should also be a ground for disallowing one to be a participant. If one is already bankrupt and is subject to the creditor, he is unable to contribute to the takaful company, even as because he unable to pay his debt anymore. So what happens to the contributions? So it's unfair to the other participant. Okay. And then free, if a person being imprisoned, he has already lost his freedoms of the management of his own financial affairs. So for the captive should also choose to has the right of being an insured in a policy. Okay, so imprisoned person cannot join the takaful lah, because who will pay the contribution? He is unable to pay the contributions in future. Authorized persons, a person who wish to buy a policy on a particular property or business which is not legally owned by him, is actually unauthorized person. He cannot participate or to takaful scheme on behalf of others' property. Okay, like say I have a car, but I ask you to join the takaful to protect my car. Meaning that you are not the legal owner of my car. So you cannot enter the takaful scheme on behalf of my car, on behalf of me to protect my car. It is unauthorized person. Only the legal owner have right to subscribe to takaful scheme to protect his property. Okay, so let's say a family takaful or life insurance. So I can only participate to takaful schemes to protect my family. I cannot participate takaful scheme to seek protections for your family or for others' family, because I do not have any relationship with the other party. Okay, so I can only have protections or seek protections through the takaful scheme if I have a legal relationship or legal ownerships towards that subject matter lah. Let's say a family, or let's say a legal owner of property. Okay, if family takaful is a legal relationship. If a general takaful protections to the property is a legal ownership. Okay. Okay, so that
Sorry,
one
Doctor.
is, yes.
Can we go back to the free? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. What does it mean? Means if a person is in prison, he cannot buy Takaful.
Yes, for sure, because he have lost his freedoms of the management of his own financial affairs. Or what more, the takaful, what more is the takaful certificate or the takaful schemes, because he actually is no more free to manage his financial affairs. So difficult for him to manage inside
This
the person.
okay. This this meaning that person has been committed a crime, so he cannot buy Takaful.
Cannot,
Oh, okay.
cannot,
Does
because
it?
he already in prison.
So is it same with conventional insurance as well?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Ah, okay. Let's say he have subscribed to conventional insurance or takaful before he is in prison.
okay.
So that
Yeah.
takaful schemes or the insurance contracts will automatically end.
Oh,
Once he be imprisoned.
okay.
Mm.
So after has been released from the prison, would it be possible that for him to buy the Takafu again?
Yes, yes. Now
Oh,
at that time he already free.
okay. All right. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, welcome. Okay, other questions so far? Any other question?
No, doctor.
Okay, then we proceed to the next party in the takaful contract, which is beneficiary. from the word benefit. Beneficiary is the one that have right to receive takaful benefit. So under Islamic law, the beneficiary in an insurance policy cannot be determined based on a nominations clause. Meaning that this one insurance policy, takaful policy lah. Okay, the beneficiary in a takaful policy cannot be determined based on a nomination clause. Nomination clause meaning that we are freely to nominate anyone that we want to receive benefit on the takaful benefit lah. Okay, so in the conventional insurance, okay, we can nominate anybody to receive a takaful benefit. Okay, before that, the takaful benefit will be received in two situations. Okay, the first one, this benefit. Okay, the first one, the conditions where if anything happens to the participant, then at that time he is still alive. So when anything happened to him and he still alive, he will become the beneficiary because he's still alive, kan? Then we receive the benefit. But in case something happens to him, but he die, so the benefit will be given to other parties, isn't it? Because he's no longer in this world. Okay. So two situations where the benefits, the benefit will be given to the participants or other family members. Okay. So in conventional insurance, okay, in case of the participant die, he basically can nominate anybody to receive the benefits. Basically, die is death benefit lah. Okay, but in Islamic contract or in takaful, the nomination clause is not executed, cannot be executed, because in Islamic law, we basically follow the law of faraid, meaning that only the family members that have a blood relationship with the participant have right to receive the benefit of the takaful. Okay. Okay, so a beneficiary here must has an insurable interest. The principle of insurable interest means that right to be insured, insurable interest in the policy and simultaneously be nominated by the participant in takaful. Okay, in other topics, basically we will discuss a general principle in takaful, which among them is a insurable interest. Insurable interest is interest that can be insured. Interest that can be insured. Interest here is not interest loan or loan interest. No, interest is the other party that we have interest on. Interest. Let's say we have interest on our family. We have interest on our property, our car, our house. Okay, that interest only if we have interest on them and that interest is legal interest can be insured or can be protected. Okay, so refer back to who have right to receive benefit in takaful is actually the one that have a blood relationship with the participant. Okay, so that the participant have interest on them. Okay. So therefore, a beneficiary who has an insurable interest, the interest that can be insured or protected, but it is not nominated. Okay, this beneficiary must be nominated, meaning that the participant at the initial stage when they subscribe to the takaful scheme, they have to nominate a few names that will receive that or that will become a beneficiary. If their name is not nominated by the participant, they are not beneficiary. Okay, only the name that is nominated or listed in the takaful contract can become a beneficiary. Let's say the participant is a father or husband, they nominate his wife to become the beneficiary, and he is not he not did not nominated his mother to receive beneficiary. When he died, his mother do not have right to ask for the takaful benefit. Okay, only the name that listed in the takaful contract. Okay, even though they have a insurable interest, they have a blood relationship. eh. So a beneficiary who has an insurable interest but it is not nominated may be disqualified from receiving any benefit from the policy, as he is not considered as a legal beneficiary. Okay, legal beneficiary in the takaful contract is the one that have insurable interest and nominated by the participant to become a beneficiary. Okay, and then the beneficiary must be an ordinary and alive person. Okay, he cannot nominate his baby, his unborn baby. eh. So an artificial entity or unborn child cannot be nominated as beneficiary because it has no capacity to a takaful benefit. No capacity here means they have no power to receive the benefit, because later on when they receive benefit, they do not know how to use or utilize that. Okay, because this benefit is of money. Huh? Okay, the right of the beneficiary. Yes, any question?
Yes, I have a
But
Okay,
I'm not so clear about the insurable interest. Can you repeat it once again?
okay. The insurable interest is interest that can be insured. Interest here is interest. We interest maksudnya the one we have interest on our family. We have interest on our belonging. Then if we have that interest here legal interest lah. If in that if we have interest on it, then we can insure it. We can protect it lah. Meaning that we can seek protection through takaful contract to secure or to protect that our interest. For example, we have interest towards our car. Okay, interest here is legal interest lah. We must have legal relationships towards our interests, like our property, and then our family, and then but our fiance, we have interest on him or on her, but it is not. It is illegal interest, not legal yet. Okay, until we married to her, and then we have a legal interest towards our wife or our husband. So that interest, this legal interest, we can seek protections. We can protect them through insurance or through takaful. Okay. That one is insurable interest. The legal interest that can be protected, that can be insured. Okay. But if we have interest on somebody's car, that's not our car, that's not our car, it is, even though we have interest on it, but it is illegal because we do not have the ownership, the legal ownership toward it. So it is not insurable interest. The interest that can't be insured because it is not belong to us. Okay.
Okay,
Understand?
Dr. Kim.
doctor.
Yes.
Doctor, let's say can the husband
Hmm?
nominate a person, let's say
Hmm?
it's a girlfriend, which is
Hmm?
not in accordance to Faraid. When the
Hmm.
husband dies, so which one would prevail, Faraid or the beneficiary mentioned in the contract, which is a girlfriend?
Okay, this one is referring to the Muslim. You are refer to Muslim?
Yes.
Ah, the girlfriend is not interest that can be insured because girlfriend have basically the relationship itself is illegal. It's not legal. For the Muslims to have a legal relationship with other people, we have to apa nama dia, to make to marry her, to marry her, then it becomes a legal relationship.
I
If
see.
girlfriend is not a legal relationship, no, the relationship is not confirmed, it is not apa nama dia, registered yet. No marriage relationship.
Meaning that this is only applicable in Islamic law. For those you want to put under beneficiary, you must have an insurable interest, must have a relationship with that participant.
Yes.
But this is contradict with conventional, right? Because conventional can put any other person.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
And then in case of non-Muslims, subscribe to the Takaful, because Takaful want to protect everybody. Okay.
Okay.
So Takaful also will protect the participant. Okay, in Takaful, if the participant is non-Muslim, the faraid law is not apa nama dia, is not practice lah. But the insurable interest is practice. Meaning that they should also nominate someone that have a blood relationship with him. Okay, with them lah.
Okay.
Okay. To protect, I think actually to protect the lineage, to protect the relationship with the family. Okay, family is first. Okay. So only the interest that is insurable can be protected, or they can become a beneficiary who will receive the benefit once the participant die.
I
Okay.
see. I think this is the most difference between conventional insurance and takaful, because like in conventional we can put the friends or girlfriend as the beneficiary, whereas in takaful it cannot, right?
Yes,
All
yes.
right, thank you, thank you.
And then what happen if we put anybody to receive to receive the benefit, whereas we still have a family? So what happens to the family later on, isn't it? Kan?
Doctor, but you just mentioned just now that for non-Muslims, they can't just name anyone that do not have insurable interest. Am I correct or I'm not?
Yes, yes. If they
But for
subscribe
example,
to Takaful.
but just like what Suk Teng mentioned before, for example, if a non-Muslim they nominate his girlfriend, I think it's possible, right?
No, that one is for conventional insurance, yes. But for Takaful, the insurable interest must be there lah, even for non-Muslim.
But I'm not sure. This is what I know. For non-Muslim, normally they follow the distribution act or they will follow a will. So according to their will, they can just nominate anyone. But for us Muslim, we can't just follow will, but we must first refer to faraid. But for non-Muslim, I don't think that there is a conflict with insurable interest or not. Am I right?
Okay, so the will, even though will is it is will can be practiced by Muslim, non-Muslim. Even Muslim, if you want to make will, that will must be Sharia compliant. Meaning that even though we make a will, but inside there the distributions of our wealth basically need to follow the Islamic rules.
Yeah.
Okay, even we want to make like a gift, only 1/3 of our property can be given as a gift to other party. So in a will we should follow basically the faraid law. In any context, faraid law is must be practiced by the Muslims. Later on, the beneficiary can apa nama dia, can discuss among them whether they want to change, they want to share the wealth equally or not. But on the first hand, faraid law is deemed compulsory for the Muslim. Okay, and for the non-Muslim, no, they can make a will, but in the will they can give to anybody. But in takaful, okay, in takaful, usually there will be a nomination form. Nomination form. The takaful agents or takaful operator responsible to advise the participant to only name the beneficiary or only nominate the beneficiary those who have insurable interests or blood relationship. Okay, except if the participants do not have any other family members that are still alive, only he alone in this world. So they can give any name as a beneficiary. Okay.
Doctor, but I think normally for non-Muslim, first they will
Mm.
follow, they are not restricted by Distribution Act. First, because for example, they have their will. But for Muslim, the first stage or the highest rule we can say we need to follow Faraid. But non-Muslim, they are not restricted by any act uh, unless they have their own will or they have nominate somebody in their takaful or insurance. So do takaful operator really need to advise them, for example, during the nomination to nominate insurable parties that have insurable interest.
Mm. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually the operator will give will advise the participant to do that. Okay. But in case they refuse, maybe they can because they are not bind, they are not bind with any uh law kan. So the but the concept of insurable interest is deemed apa nama dia necessary lah for the nominations in the
Doctor,
first hand
yeah. Doctor, I have an add-on here to Amira's statement just now. Okay,
yes.
basically for conventional insurance, what can I say? Okay, if a
Mm,
person has a make a will
mm,
and we cannot touch the things in the will, but normally in the will we won't mention the insurance and the EPF because in the insurance and the EPF we already nominated who are the nominees. So,
mm,
when a person die, the court will follow the uh,
mm,
nominee to distribute to that person. That's why it's very important for EPF and the insurance. We have to nominate a person. That's why in conventional we can nominate any other person who has no interest. Okay.
mm,
So
yes.
whereas just now Amira has says that for the distribution act is applicable when a person do not have a will. So when a person do not have a will, then we will follow distribution acts to distribute the things.
Mm, mm, mm,
So
mm,
I have another question for the Farah A. Okay, let's say
mm,
for the Takafu,
mm,
when a participant has nominated, let's say a husband has nominated the wife as a person
mm.
to receive the insurance. Can the second wife or the mother come back and claim in accordance to Farah A?
Okay, cannot lah because if this one referring to the takaful, so
Alright.
whatever name that appear or stated in the takaful contract, only she or he have received the right of the takaful benefit. Okay.
Okay.
Even they have apa other beneficiaries, but only one name appear. Only apa she have right towards takaful benefit.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm. Okay, because I do not know about the apa nama dia Distribution Act. Maybe you apa have learned about the Distribution Act, and then Maybe if it is a relate with the insurance or any takaful contract, maybe then he is applicable lah.
Doctor,
Okay.
I'm sorry, but if I'm not mistaken, that for nomination, uh,
Hmm.
do nomination similar to HIPAA?
No, hibah is
No.
different.
So, if I'm not mistaken, that if Takaful they use this nomination, just referring to the Sultan question just now. So,
Mm-hmm.
actually, for example, their mother or other ashabul faraid, they still can ask for their portion from this nomination because it's just a nomination and it's not hibah.
Okay, no, cannot. Because in nomination forms, only those names that appear in the nomination form
Mhm.
have right to receive the benefit. Okay, we look at here. A beneficiary who has an insurable interest but it is not nominated. Okay, if
No, I mean, they may get,
cannot,
or
they cannot.
maybe the takaful operator
Uh,
must pay, um must pay the total. I mean, the sum insured to the nominee, but
mm,
do nominee need to distribute uh,
uh,
regarding to the faraid?
okay, that one is nominee. This one is beneficiary. Nominee is only trustee. They're not beneficiary. Okay, nominee is the last one, the last party of the takaful. This one is beneficiary who have right to receive the benefit, not necessary to become a nominee. Okay, so different with nominations and nominee. Nomination is an act of nominate the beneficiary or nominee, eh? And nominee is the trustee itself. The beneficiary here is does not necessarily nominee here.
Mm.
Because now we discuss about beneficiary who are really have right to receive the benefit and their name is nominated in the nomination form. Okay, in nomination form, the participant have to identify who are the beneficiary and who are the nominee. Okay, nomination is act of nominate and not apa not nominee. It is to maksudnya to appoint. To appoint beneficiary and nominee. Okay, beneficiary here right to receive benefit. That's all. Not a trustee or not a nominee. Okay? Okay tak?
Yeah, I think I understand what you mean because if
Hmm.
the father has an insurance for the whole family, so the
Hmm.
beneficiary will be like the wife and the children. So when the
Hmm.
children is maybe has some sickness
Hmm.
and if for that, then the child can get the benefit from the insurance that the father has, right?
Hmm. And then if the beneficiary, his child are underage, so the father need to appoint one nominee.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
his wife
Hmm.
or to act as trustee on behalf of the other underage beneficiary.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I think,
Ah,
Mira, are you about to ask that when a husband has put the beneficiary, the wife as a beneficiary, okay, to receive the insurance, so whether the beneficiary, the wife, must distribute in accordance to faraid to the children and to the mother again? Is that your question?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the case, if that the case, okay, this wife can become a beneficiary and also nominee. Okay, if the wife is beneficiary, it is not compulsory for the wife to distribute the benefit apa in terms of faraid or whatnot. Okay, because his wife names only acts as beneficiary. But if the husband named the wife as both beneficiary and nominee, so here the wife have right to receive a portion of the benefit, and at the same time the wife act as nominee or trustee to distribute the takaful benefits to their children. Okay.
Okay, doctor.
Understand. Thank
Understand.
you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So maybe if I proceed, then proceed until nominee, then it becomes clearer. Yeah. Okay. So beneficiary, the right of the beneficiary in any kinds of policy should first go to the participant. The participants should receive, who pays regular contributions as saving for future security against unexpected risk. And once the participant dies, the second case, once he dies, then the right of beneficiary over the benefits of the policy may move from the participant. The right of beneficiary will go to other beneficiary, the third party. Okay. And then who are the beneficiaries? Spouse and children. And in some countries, such as Malaysia, includes parents if there are no spouse and children. So basically, the beneficiary those who have a relationship or insurable interest to the participant. Okay, only family members that have a blood relationship. Okay, these are the beneficiary. And nominee. A Takaful participant who has attained the age of 16 years may nominate an individual to receive Takaful benefits payable upon his death under the Takaful certificate, either as an executor or as a beneficiary. Executor here is nominee, trustee, or as a beneficiary under the conditional hibah, by notifying the licensed Takaful operator in writing the name, date of birth, national registration identity, or birth certificate number and address of the nominee. Stated in IFSA lah. Okay. So the hibah is applies only if the participant die. If the participant still alive, the conditional hibah cannot be executed because the benefit will go to the participant. Why we call conditional hibah not a normal hibah? Because of normal hibah, it is happens when the participant still alive. When we alive, we give hibah. Hibah is present, present. We give a present something, or we donate something, or we give present lah, gift to other people. Usually, normal hibah happen when we alive. The conditional hibah is the act of giving the gift to others upon a certain condition. The condition here in Takaful is upon the conditions of death. Okay, only when we die, the hibah will be executed by Takaful operator, meaning that we give that Takaful benefits to other parties. In terms of hibah, we give lah. Basically, we have the right to receive hibah, but we are no longer in this world. That is why the benefit is give to other parties. Okay. So what is nomination? Act of naming a person to receive policy monies or the benefit payable in the event of the death of the policy owner. Okay, when we die. Okay, then we have to nominate. Either we have to nominate other parties, either to receive or either to execute the conditional hibah, or to execute means that to receive and give or distribute the benefits to other parties that have right. So nominee is a trustee. Nominee is a trustee, and the governing principles of nominee under Islamic law is based on al-amanah. Al-amanah means trust. So the word of al-amanah means reliability, trustworthiness, good faith, honesty, and fidelity. If a person is being entrusted or nominated to hold the minor's property As a trustee, it is the nominee's responsibility to hand over the property upon confirming the maturity of minor. So the nomination shall not constitute a gift nor an ownership over the benefit of the policy, but only a mere trust to distribute the benefits to the beneficiary. Okay, so two different parties, beneficiary and nominee. If our name is stated in the Takaful policy under to become a nominee, we do not have right, even 1 cent, to receive the benefit. We are a trustee to hand over the Takaful benefits to the right beneficiary. Okay, so a nomination may be made at the time the Takaful certificate is issued, or if the Takaful certificate has already been issued, by notifying the licensed Takaful operator. So we just inform the operator that we want to nominate we want to nominate this one to become beneficiary or to become a nominee. We can also cancel the previous nomination, and we can inform a new nomination. So a nomination made shall be witnessed by a person of sound mind who has already attained the age of 18 years and who is not a nominee. Okay, so basically the operator lah or the agents witness this. So the licensed Takaful operator shall prominently display in the nomination form that the Takaful participant may assign the Takaful benefits to a nominee or designate the nominee to receive the Takaful benefit as a beneficiary under conditional hibah. Or designate the nominee to receive the Takaful benefit as an executor. So in the nomination form, this list of people, they listed the people, the who this few people names, few names, and then the participant can select. Okay, this one become beneficiary, and this one becomes a nominee, or this one become nominee as well as beneficiary. Can be like a wife, they becomes a beneficiary because they have a relationship with the participant, and also they becomes a nominee or executor or trustee to distribute the takaful benefit to their children. Okay, and then in the nomination form, the takaful participant also should stated how many percentage, is it 50-50 to receive a takaful benefit or 100%, something like that. They have to put a percentage of distributions of hibah. Okay, who is nominee? Anybody, including family members. So we can give our friend's name, fiance to become nominee, not a beneficiary. Beneficiary and only family members, but nominee can be anybody because they only executor or trustee, okay, to receive the takaful benefit. Let's say we die, so the takaful operator will find the nominee first, okay, to transfer the takaful benefit. Then later on, the nominee should know that whether he is only a trustee or he also becomes a beneficiary. Okay, and then he can request his right if in case he is become the one of the beneficiaries. So in conclusion, the participant, because we have a takaful operator, we have participant, we have beneficiary, we have a nominee. Takaful operator only act as manager or wakil to manage the takaful fund, to do to receive contributions, to pay all the claims, and then to make investment to ensure the fund is sustained. And also we have participant. The participant become the first beneficiary. We have a beneficiary. The beneficiary, the first one is participant and also family members. And for certain takaful schemes, the financial institutions become beneficiary. For example, mortgage reduced term takaful or hire purchase reduced term takaful. These schemes basically secure the financings that given to the participant. In case the participant die, so the financial institutions or the banks will receive will receive a balance of financings. Okay, so the takaful operator will pay lah the balance of financings to the financial institutions that basically give the participant financing. Okay, this one for home financings MRTT. For vehicle financing we call HPRTT, hire purchase reduced term takaful, because that financings apa nama adopt hire purchase al-ijarah thumma al-bai', hire purchase contract. Huh? And then for the nominee, they can become a beneficiary and also they can become non-beneficiary, only executor. That one is nominee. Nominee can be anybody. Beneficiary must have a blood relationship or insurable interest to the participant. Okay, so conditional hibah only executed when the participant die, whereby the takaful benefit is given to the beneficiary in terms of hibah. There is the condition here is after die, after death lah. After death, then hibah is executed. If alive, the hibah cannot be executed. It is conditional hibah. So that's all. Any question?
No, doctor.
Any question? Sultan, do you have a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Just now the slide you have mentioned nominees must reach some certain age, right? No. A witness to a nominee must reach some certain age. This is according to which act?
The company ke company ke apa? There is a contract act.
Takaful act.
Takaful act, just follow the contract act lah.
The contract act. Okay.
Takaful act is IFSA.
Yeah. The IFSA because
Mm.
now repealed by IFSA already. So my question is, a person who witness takaful for the nominee must be a Muslim or non-Muslim?
Not necessarily, because just witness. Usually the takaful agents or takaful operator representative, they can witness the nomination. Because they will receive the forms in it. So they becomes a witness lah.
Alright.
The nomination form.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions from our brothers? No question. Is it clear, Brother Mustafa? Brother Anas?
No, madam, no. Very good. I'm good.
Okay, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good, doctor.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So, maybe I would require you to start read IFSA 2013 on Takaful chapter, and also try to find we have FSA, Financial Services Act, which discuss on the conventional insurance. Or I do not know whether we have a conventional insurance act. Act specific to the conventional insurance. Bank Negara, they execute IFSA and FSA 2013 at the same times. To IFSA to have a combined takaful and financial institutions or the banks, and FSA is Financial Services Act, the conventional one. Maybe you can explore these two to only read about conventional insurance and the takaful. Okay, I will also try to read lah about this. Then we can discuss. Okay. Okay, no questions. We just end our class today. So I hope that you are clear with all the topics that we have discussed so far. And then don't forget to start to write and read and write your assignment. Okay. If you have any confusion, then you can